9, the CDC warning about some new dangers when it comes to vaping. Officials say nearly 100 cases of lung disease have now been linked to vaping just since the end of June. Many of those patients are teenagers or young adults. And joining us this morning is family medicine physician Dr. Stephanie Haradopoulos. She's also the chair of the Florida Health Kids Corporation. Great to have you. Thank you for coming to see us this morning. Were you startled to hear about all of these vaping cases, all these lung disease cases that are starting to come into the media the last few weeks?
Not startled. Actually, expected. Unfortunately, we've been trying to ring the bells and sound the alarms with everyone, telling, oh, this is coming, this is coming. So as sad as it is, I'm glad that it's getting more media attention now, because we need to increase the awareness of the dangers. This is not an innocent water vapor that people are doing to quit smoking. In fact, only 4% of adults are vaping, 96% are children. These companies have been for years marketing to our kids with candy-flavored pods. And the nicotine amount in these pods is as much as a pack of cigarettes. There's so many health ramifications that we don't even know really what it is going to be long term. It is like an experiment these kids are partaking in. They don't even know. They're human guinea pigs, and people are making tons of money off of it. These companies that are predatory practices, that are marketing to our children and getting them addicted because they know that they're going to spend money and they're going to get addicted, and they'll eventually go to cigarettes and Lord knows what else.
Sure. It sort of reminds us, it takes us back to when we were kids. And remember, the big smackdown was about cartoon characters that were trying to sell cigarettes. Remember those days? And they came down hard on those companies. And now we're starting to see these similar type practices with these new companies that are coming to the market. So I guess the big question is now, what needs to be done? How do we stop this tide from becoming a real epidemic?
Well, an enhanced multimedia marketing campaign needs to happen. Obviously, you helping us by getting on TV talking about the dangers. And let me just talk about the dangers really quick. We're talking about your brain doesn't stop developing until you're 25. So it can affect your increased impulse control, mood disorder, concentration, memory, not to mention the lung problems that we're seeing on TV. It affects the blood flow through your arteries, and you can get seizures and strokes. This is happening now. We don't even know what it's going to be long term. So what needs to be done? And our parents need to be aware of the risks. They need to talk to their children. The teachers, of course, need to understand what's going on. And then we need to do both federal and state policy changes. And this is the biggest public health epidemic that we're seeing right now in this generation. And so there's federal laws that could be changed, but also state laws. And we need to act now. This next legislative session, we need to see T21, raising the age to tobacco 21. We need to stop the sales being within 1,000 feet of high schools. We need to stop online sales. We need to regulate. Can you believe that you could sell vape and have a vape store and not have a license to sell vape? It is unregulated. So how are you going to enforce it? So and on the federal level, there is a House bill that's going through right now, and I encourage everybody to look into it to help tell their senators and their representatives to support it. Students working against tobacco, SWAT, they're coming up with great slogans. Don't be a lab rat. Really, the message needs to come from the kids.
Right, sure, because it's the whole peer pressure thing, isn't it, Doctor? That if they're a group of kids who are saying that's not cool, that will influence them, and hopefully in a positive way.
So 1 in 4 kids right now in high school are doing it, and that's the common denominator. Oh, do you vape? I vape. Okay, great. They're sharing vapes, and that is a tremendous peer pressure, just like it was with cigarettes years ago. But Parents Against Vaping E-Cigarettes, PAVE. I encourage parents to look at their website. Perhaps they can get some information how to talk to their kids and look for the signs of that their kids might be vaping
too, isn't it, Doc? Because it used to be, it was so easy to tell if somebody was smoking because you could smell it, and now you can't. So again, parents need to be ultra aware for that reason too.
Kids are doing it in the classroom, and because it has no smell, and this is a huge disruption to the classroom. Even if your child might not be vaping, they're going to be affected by it because because it's going to be stopping and disciplinary action with the schools. The Department of Education in Florida, I've met with superintendents. This is their biggest problem in the schools right now.
It is a real big issue. We appreciate your insight. You are a wealth of knowledge. Dr. Stephanie Hardopoulos, thank you so much for coming in and being with us this morning. Bob, we're going to send it over to you.